I'm going to start off with a warning because I've no idea how this video is going to go or really where it's going to go. But I'll try and start from the beginning. Going back to the beginning of our channel, some of you may or may not recall we had a little video on a Citroen DS23 that we had out the back of the workshop and questioning what we were going to be doing with it. Well, the point of this video was a quick update as to what is happening to it, and it led me on to loads of other bizarre thoughts. Apologies. So the Citroen, first and foremost, I suppose, we ended up with full ownership of the vehicle and looked to dispose of it because it really was bad, really bad. And I tried to do the right thing and offered it for sale because as rotten and as bad as it was, there were a lot of good bits still on the car. We're exceptionally busy here. I don't have time or interest, frankly, to be breaking a car, selling it off piece by piece. So I put it up for sale on eBay and was brutally honest with the car. Suggested it may well snap in half when you come to collect it. It's that rotten, but here's a ton of photographs. Happy to answer any questions. We'll see how we go. Opening bid of £100, take it away. We sold that car 3 times on eBay, and we had cancellation because I've decided to buy something else. We had, I'm not sure how I'm going to pick it up. We had, I've got nowhere to put it right now. Can you store it for a long time? And we also got inundated with, can I buy this hubcap? If it doesn't sell, can I buy that light lens? And again, I made it clear in the advert that we're exceptionally busy. I don't have time for this. So £100, you can take the whole bloody thing away and take whatever you like off of it. Each time it's sold for around the £400 to £500 mark, which the financial gain really wasn't the draw. It was A, get it out of my way, and B, try and do the right thing and offer up a whole host of spares to the classic car enthusiast, the Citroen DS enthusiast. You know, the car's dead, but it could yield some really useful parts for plenty of people. I even put it up on Facebook groups and again got messed around. No matter how clear I was, can I buy this bit, can I buy that bit? So in the end, it's gone in the bin. It's gone. It's a cube now. I say a cube. It fell apart moving it and it snapped in half moving it back off the transporter. It really was in a bad way, but I momentarily felt quite bad about it because we have thrown away a load of good parts, but we gave ample opportunity to try and do the right thing and offer the car out to the enthusiasts for bits. So getting back around to the title of this video, that got me thinking back to my youth. Down in the southeast here, there's a lot of banger races around here, and I'm fortunate enough to know quite a few of them, and to know quite a few of them quite well. And back in my youth, I had Mark 1 and Mark 2 Granadas as a daily vehicle, and going back 25 years, they were really common and popular within the banger racing scene. So a lot of the guys I knew around here had a stack of Mark 1, Mark 2 Granadas, and I would quite often go down there and they would be my source of parts should I need them. Now, for as long as I can remember, the banger racer group have always been sort of the mortal enemy of the mainstay classic car enthusiast. And it's something that's always kind of surprised me. And I'm going to caveat this with any hobbyist or group of people in any way, shape or form, literally in any way, shape or form, as the current state of the world will show, there are extremists, as it were, bad eggs, bad players. So this isn't a blanket, all the banger boys are awesome people, in the same way that all the motor trade, you know, car restorers aren't awesome people. But in the main, they're a great bunch of people who get a really bad rap. Now, banger racing doesn't hold a great deal of appeal for me. I don't see the appeal in actively going out and seeking multiple car accidents in one afternoon. Call me soft if you like, I'll take it. Not my cup of tea, but I really appreciate and respect the guys that do it. because in my experience, 95%, I can't do exact maths on that, but it's probably about 95% of the banger boys that I've ever encountered are really decent people that also try and, in spite of the bad rep they get with the classic car enthusiasts, try and help them, supply them with bits, offer them parts, offer them complete cars. You know, I quite often see, you may have noticed that we are classic American fans here, and we see some big 50s and 60s Yanks going around the circuit, and you think, what a waste. But in the various social media groups that I'm part of, I would have seen the cars many months before being offered up for sale. And if no one wants to buy them, then well, they're going to go around the track. And I know that the vast majority of the guys will offer up any of the good bits as well to enthusiasts. And it's such a shame that they get such a bad rap for this. They're not here to help, don't get me wrong. They're here to enjoy their sport. But they're more than willing to help, the majority of them. And so many people you see, again, on the classic car forums in uproar that what a waste, they're destroying these beautiful classic cars. They're not. Most of these beautiful classic cars are absolute sacks. And when I said earlier, I really admire the guys that do the racing. The amount of work they put in to welding together these Cullenders, these absolutely shot to bits body shells, they spend weeks and weeks and weeks welding these things together to destroy them in an afternoon, which, I mean, that for me is nuts. It's not what I choose to do. But they're not destroying pride and joy classic cars. Again, there are some bad players that do, but they're in the minority, and you can pick out the bad players in any trade or any hobby or enthusiast group or whatever. So go easy on the banger boys. I say we know quite a few of them locally. I've had dealings with quite a few of them, as in business dealings, buying parts from them, supplying them cars. I don't want to do anyone a disservice and not, you know, bias in mentioning names, but there's a local racer that goes by the name of Bodger. He's got a YouTube channel, All Star Garage. Check it out. I mean, the amount of work he puts into building these cars, absolute rotten death traps. He invests a huge amount of time in giving them one last hurrah around a track, I guess. And he will sell off bits. We've indirectly sold him a body shell, an XJ body shell, and it left here, and I'm thinking, again, that's going to snap in half when you move. He's built the car, or he's building the car, sorry. It will go around a track. It's well beyond restoring. You're never going to do it. Much the same way with the Citroen. You know, that was never going to get restored. It was that bad. But my weird rambling rant, again, is, you know, it can't all be one-sided. We tried to do the right thing and offered up a car for parts. And it was months of headache to get absolutely nowhere, just messed around. And you get to the point where you think, I'm a business. I can't, this isn't my hobby. I can't just sit on this thing for another year until the guys that want the bits finally cherry pick everything they need off of it. It needs to go. And it's the same with the guys that do the racing. You know, it is their hobby, but some of them it's also their living. But they have other things to be doing, and they, in the main, offer up more than a fair chance to save the bits or indeed the cars. We have here, which I'm going to do something on fairly soon, we have a one-of-one Jaguar, which was rescued from a banger boy. I mean, it's sitting on tyres, which have still got the extra tyre around the outside as sort of a protection barrier. But the guy that had it recognised what it was and the rarity of it, the potential value of it, and he offered it up for sale. Our customer bought the car. It's a mess, but the banger racer did the right thing. He offered the chance first. This time someone took it. Most of the times people don't take it and they just moan that these cars are getting destroyed. So the banger boys aren't the enemy. Sometimes the classic car fan, classic car enthusiast, classic car restorer is their own worst enemy, and they're just looking for someone to be angry at, I guess. All these things are there for the taking. And if you don't take it, you can't moan that someone else has taken it and done what they wish to do with it. So midweek moan out of the way. And to recap, the Citroen DS23 that was right at the start of our channel is no more. There we go. I don't think that went too bad, did it? Back with a normal car video at the weekend.